Hello everybody, it's me, Debbie, again. It's been a while since I've posted a video on what's going on with my upcoming surgery. There's been some things that have gone on that has had me to postpone my surgery, which was due May 7th. And I got another opinion. And I like this opinion. This neurosurgeon, he's supposed to be the top neurosurgeon in my area. He answered my questions to the best. I mean, there's more than the other ones. And his approach I like a lot better than the last one. And he explained to me what to expect afterward. Sent me home with some paperwork to read to let me know what's going to go on, more things to expect. Yeah, I know a lot more now, and I like that. He's mild-mannered, took his time with me, and I actually got to take pictures of my MRI finally. So, this is what's going to happen with me. I have a C67 that was lasered in March of 2008. Well, that's the level that's out now. It's kind of collapsed, they said, and I have bone spurs. So I've had two previous cervical surgeries done before. One was an ACDF on C56, and that was in December of 2006. And the second one was March 2008, and that was a C67 laser. This laser didn't no plating or anything, and it lasted 10.5 years. And before last August, when the pain, everything started up again. So that got the ball rolling on the MRIs, the opinions of different neurosurgeons within the same institute. And now I'm at this point. I had to postpone my original date. It's a long story, but anyways, I guess it was for a reason. That's what I think anyway. I got sick 2 days before my pre-op with the flu, and so I had to cancel my surgery, and I was just sick for a while, and I got better, and I made an appointment with this doctor, which I originally wanted to see in the first place. So I'm actually really thinking that happened for a reason. I kind of believe that. So this is what he's going to do, that he explained to me. The C67, ACDF, gone through the surgery, right here in my neck. And he's going, and since it was done twice before, he's going to go below. I don't know how much further below. He said just under the original scar, and it's going to be longer. I don't really care for that, but I mean, if he has to make it longer to make it easier for him and for me, then okay. He's a neurosurgeon, right? So I like his approach better than I did the last doctor and the one before even. So he's gonna go in this way. It's gonna be longer. He's going to, as everybody knows that's probably done their homework, he's gonna push everything aside, have the breathing tube down my throat, and he's going to move the C67 discs and the bone spurs I have in that area, and clean it all up in there. And he's gonna insert cadaver bone or bone bank and put that in where the disc is going to be coming out. And then he's going to clean it all up, whatever, and put the titanium plate over my 5.6 onto my 6.7. So it'll have 4 screws, he said. And then I'll be overnight in the hospital, which is, he said, it's really basically an observation, and in the event, if anything, where I would need little extra care, pain management or extra care, observation, it's basically observation, and if there's any other things that come up that they need to keep you over and keep an eye on you and take care of you. So I'll get to go home the next day. I wasn't really pleased with one thing that I've been hearing a lot of people say, that they had a pain pump. I did before when I had my 2 other neck surgeries. That was years ago though. I guess I do things different now. That he would be giving me Norco, and since I would have swallowing problems, yes, he did say I would have swallowing difficulty. He said it really depends. It could be a few days, could be a little bit longer, but it'll self-resolve itself, and as I'm healing, everything's healing in here. So, and of course, everywhere else, the shoulders, the upper back between the shoulder blades, shoulders, neck, you're gonna have, it's gonna take a long time. I'm going home in a soft collar, and let me see, what else? I'm supposed to wear it 2 weeks, well, to start off with, and see how I do. I go back and see him in 2 weeks. Oh yeah, I was talking about the pain pills, pain medication. He said no pain pump. He will be prescribing me Norco, and if I can't swallow it, then they'll crush it up and they'll put it in applesauce and they'll give it to me that way. And muscle relaxer, and they will do the same to that. They'll crush it up and give it to me in applesauce. And and I guess that's how I'm going to be getting my medications. I don't see how that's going to, once I wake up and all that, and I realize I'm awake and thanking God, of course, and when I go to get my first medications, as we all know, the pill may last longer, but it takes a while for it to take effect. So I don't know what all they're going to give me afterward right away. I don't know how I'm going to be able to swallow it. I'm seeing a lot of videos, also, I'm in a group, and they say they've all had difficulty swallowing. There are some that say that it didn't last that long with them. Others say it lasted longer. So it just really depends on the person, I guess. He says a sore throat, swallowing difficulty, depending on how I heal. That's a big issue. It's going to be difficult because I take other medications too. Besides the pain medication and muscle relaxers, he'll be sending me home with. So he'll send me home. He wants me to do absolutely nothing other than walking. Just basically resting, walking, icing, heat, icing, and giving myself time to recover. I did ask a question about the recovery time, and he said right away, I guess because he gets this a lot, he said 3 months. 3 months, 90 days. He said now, the 3 months is basically the point of where your fusion is beginning to take place and where you start feeling better. He started feeling better. You get some relief. That's when you don't want to get up and start doing a bunch of stuff, thinking, oh, I feel better. I must be doing better. I must be getting better. And it's time for me to get up and start doing things around the house and getting up and going places and doing all kinds of things that, because think they feel better, but they tire out fast and go home, and then they're all back to square one. They're in pain again because they thought they were better and ready to go. He explained to me that after that, it can go to 6 months, where it's fusing more, and then it goes to 9 months, where it's more, and it goes up to 1 year. It could take literally 1 year for the whole union to take place. And all these symptoms that we get, which would be all the pain, numbness, tingling, spasms, all that stuff, is completely normal. Now, everybody questions themselves, questions the doctor. I mean, did something go wrong? Did I do something wrong? In the paperwork I got, I read it, and it said something about some emotional, like wondering if I did the right thing, whatever type of thing. It can kind of mess with you if you don't stay in tune with calling the doctor's office if you need to. Try to seek support from family, friends, an online group, look up videos, whatever way you have to to know that you're going to be okay, and reach out. So, I plan on doing that. Anyways, I have had plenty of time now, I guess, to get everything I need. The only thing I do not have is the foods, and of course the fluids and the smoothie stuff and all that I'm going to need for after when I get home. So I do know it's going to be a road to recovery, and I am older from the last surgeries that I had, so it's going to take me a little bit more. Probably, I have to really be extra diligent and careful, with myself, for recovery. So, I don't have a date yet. I don't have a pre-op date or a surgery date yet, but, if you've watched any of my other videos, I have, cervical dystonia as well, and I get shots in the back of my neck every 3 months for the rest of my life, and they do help a lot with the neck pain and all that stuff, so it'll help at least with the neck pain in the back, somewhat. So I'm hoping it'll give me some relief so I don't have to lean too hard on the pain medication and muscle relaxers, which I'll probably have to do depending on how the pain is after the surgery, but I don't want to get to taking the pain medicine, muscle relaxers for weeks or any longer than that. I'm going to definitely tone down probably about a week afterward. Anyways, so it's going to be done. I want to get it over with, and I do like this surgeon, as I said. He's a pretty nice guy. Been doing it for years. The only thing, I'm not looking forward to the heart difficulty in swallowing. I'm not looking for the raspy voice stuff, sore throat. I'm having a hard time talking. I don't know if I'll have that and how much I'll have it. The throat swallowing is going to be probably a big deal for me. I don't know how much pain this incision is going to be, because it's not going to be as small as this one. It's going to be longer. He did say longer. And it's going to be right there. Yes, and we'll see. My nodal heal, the scar will heal. He said sutures inside and dermabond on my skin. So that part I do remember, the dermabond. You just leave it alone. Just don't peel it off, leave it alone. Just let it come off all by itself. Yeah, I straighten my throat now, and I haven't even had the surgery yet. But then again, I've got other health issues too, so there you go. Um, one thing I would say is know who your support group is, or your support people, your family, your friends. You know, who's going to be there for you, who's going to support you, be there to help you, maybe pick up your medications, maybe go to the grocery store for you, go pick up something you may need, help you around the house a little bit, maybe make a meal for you. I don't really have much of that. I do have friends and all that, but they're busy, and my kids are all over the place, so I have one of mine that will be able to help me out, maybe one of my other ones here a little bit, but I'll get by. I mean, I'll be okay. Yeah, I feel pretty positive about this. That's one big thing, and I did read that too as well. In his paperwork he sent me, is being positive, staying positive is key for your recovery. So don't go in being negative about the whole deal. Excuse me. Stay positive, do your homework, look it up, get your questions down, ask your surgeon, do whatever you need to do for yourself. That way when you go in, other than the regular nerves and the scared and in here, you know, it's a big surgery. I mean, it's a major surgery. So I'm going to be feeling that. I already feel it a little bit. I was before, and now I have to start all over being, you know, nervous again. I don't even have a date yet, but I think this week they're going to call and let me know that there's a packet for me to pick up with the pre-op and the surgery date. Pre-op times and dates and the surgery date and the time to check in. So that's what's happening. I thought I would check in because it has been a little bit, and there has been a lot going on. A lot going on. Other stuff too, but you know, I've got this going again, and so far so good as far as being pleased with the surgeon. I pray he does a very good job, and that I come out of this without any problems with the raspy voice and the difficulty swallowing. I hope it goes away very fast. And I don't know why everybody has that. But then again, when they move stuff aside inside of here, I can see that it all has to go back, you know, and it takes time to get readjusted to your body again once that kind of stuff gets moved around. And he did say that I would have pain back behind my neck and between my shoulder blades, my upper back, my shoulder, down my arm. He said some of it'll pretty much, most of it will be gone, but I'll still have residual, and it could come back, and it could feel different, and all this stuff, but all of it's a part of your recovery. And the only way, if anything goes wrong, when you feel that it hurts that bad, I mean to the point where you want to go to an emergency room, or you're calling your surgeon in the middle of the night, if he sends you in for another MRI, or he wants to do x-rays on you, let him do it, because he wants to make sure the fusion is even taking place, or that everything stay together, you know, and you do too, definitely. So, go in with a positive mind, and be prepared mentally when you go in with a good attitude, and pray, of course. I don't know if you pray or not, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt for you if you don't. I mean, ask other people to pray for you. But being positive, I've learned, is the key for your recovery, and listening to the doctor's instructions to the T. If you don't, and then you start feeling good, and you get up and start doing things, and then you go to sit down and you're screaming in pain, Well, that's why, because you did things too fast. It's going to take time. Anyways, that's my update, and I'll fill you in when I get a surgery date, a pre-op date, and a surgery date. And that should be this coming up week, and this is June 30th right now of 2019. You have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.